Hi, this is Laura Workala from Laura's Sewing School in Arlington, Massachusetts, and Sewing Genius on YouTube. I realized it's been a long time since I cleaned out below the throat plate on my sewing machine. So I thought I would do that and show you how. Here, let me throw a bobbin in here. Don't use a metal bobbin in there. But anyway, let's say I lift this up. A lot of your machines will come with a brush like this, or maybe a brush like this. What's cool about this one, it actually has a needle inserter to help you insert the needle. This one has this little hook, and this is meant to help you lift the bobbin and get it out. So I just thought I'd show you that. Okay, so we need to unscrew these. Now, here's a screwdriver that came with my machine, but it's too tall to really get in there because it bumps into this. So I pulled one from my other machine, which is shorter, and it has these nice little wings so that it gives you a little strength to loosen these screws. See, I can stand that up and loosen that screw. Now, I like to loosen it a little bit. Then I just do it by hand by turning that around with my fingers, okay? The other thing is, on Brothers sewing machines, the slot is very wide, and they give you a screwdriver like this one, which is too long. And so what I found is really helpful on the Brothers sewing machines, because a lot of times, the first time you take those out, they are so tight you can barely get them. Use a coin. This is too big for my screwdriver slots. But on the Brother, they have a very fat slot, and a quarter works perfectly as a screwdriver for that. So that's just good to know, so you don't go, oh, I can't do this. Sometimes you can also use the put the screwdriver in at an angle, kind of like this, to get that screw to loosen. And then here, I'm just going to go like this and loosen that by hand. I like to throw these on my pin cushion, my magnetic pin cushion, so I don't lose them. And then I just have to lift this up and get this out of here, so I can just do this. And what you'll find is that there's a lot of fuzz in there. I don't know if you can see it, but your machine, you know, all these feed dogs grabbing at the fabric all the time create a lot of lint. You never want to blow into it because your moisture from your breath will actually pack it down. So I can actually lift this out, and I don't know if you can see this, but there is fuzz all over in here. It's just disgusting. So I'm going to brush this off, and there's a nice bit of fuzz right there. And I'm also going to put a dab of oil in before I put this back together. But I'm just going to take and brush this off. Don't put it back in the machine though. I mean the fuzz, that is. All right. So now I'm going to be very light about this and just kind of dab at it to get it out. Sometimes I even use the tip of a seam ripper. I find that can, oh, look at that. That huge gob of fuzz. So a lot of times I just use the seam ripper to get a lot of those big gobs out, and then maybe use the brush afterwards. The other thing you want to check out is that between the feed dogs, there's often little pads of felt of fuzz there too. So I like to get those out. So you can go through there, just lift it lightly out and get all that luck out of there. Oh, there's still some in here. Look at that. So much fuzz. I have been doing a lot of sewing. I haven't done this, sorry to say, for a few months. You should probably do this once a month, especially if you sew like I do. I should probably do this like every week or so because I sew so much. But anyway, so you just want to get all that fuzz out of there the best you can. You can even use tweezers if that's helpful to grab at some of that. And of course, I thought I had a pair of, oh, here's a pair of tweezers. Ooh, cleaning out the dance hall here. Oh my goodness. There is a lot. Oh, and there's a whole bunch way down here. Look at all that. There is a lot of fuzz. So again, you don't want to blow into there or use those compressed air cans. I mean, even though they don't have moisture, you're just blowing it further in. You know, you want to get it out of the machine. A few years back, we did a big fleece project here, and oh my God, my machine was just caked. And I thought I had cleaned it out, and then when my serviceman got the machine, he said, were you working with a lot of pink fleece? And I said, yeah. He said, well, there was a lot of it in the machine. So he can get at even more of this stuff than you can, but it's a good idea to get out what you can. I know this is probably not all that interesting, but I wanted to have you see this through. So once you get as much as you can out, now with my serger, I actually find it really useful. I think you could, ooh, there's even more. You could use like a makeup brush, or like my serger, I'll use a watercolor brush. And I really like that because it's got soft bristles and it really picks up stuff nicely. When I bought it from Dick Blick's, I had taken my daughter to Dick Blick because she had a gift card, and she's quite a good artist. And she saw me get the watercolor brush, and when I told her I was going to use it for my serger, she thought that was just terrible. And I was like, hey, I'm the one paying for it. I can use it for whatever I want. So I suppose I'd feel the same way if someone bought a good pair of dressmaking shears and was going to use it to cut sandpaper. I'd probably have a conniption, whatever that looks like. Okay. So, all right. So now the other thing that you may notice is that in the very center here, ooh, let's get that dust out of there. Is that, oh, whoa, that was a big clump. I didn't even realize it was there because it was hiding. Oh my, it's like the never-ending dust lint pit. Oh my goodness. Wow. So the thing is that when the sewing machine works is that the top thread's grabbed by a hook, let's see, which is right here on the sewing machine, and a loop is made out of it and it's wrapped around the bobbin. So of course there's a lot of friction going on, and so that's causing the lint to form, you know, not only with the feed dogs but just with that, and that's using good thread that doesn't have a lot of lint production. Okay, so the one thing is there's this spot right here in the middle, and it looks like there's lint in it, but that's actually a wick to grab oil. So what you can do is once a month when you do this cleaning, you can add 1 drop of oil in that well. Here, let me just, can't help myself. Oh. So I like to use this Zoom Spout oiler. Oh, it's awesome because you can pull the spout and make it really long and snaky to get it into funny places. So there's a red tip right here. Get that off. And there's actually a little place on the bottle, let's find it right here on the, here, to put the red tip so you don't lose it. Then I can go like this. I don't need to really zoom it a lot, but I can go here and watch, put a nice drop of oil, and that's all you need, 1 drop of oil. That will wick it in, and then that'll give you some oil for the bottom. You pretty much let your repair person do the rest. They pretty much seal up this machine. The oils now are synthetic oils, so they don't need the kind of, they don't go rancid or get gummy like they did years ago. So you really just need to get your clean oil and adjust at the dealer, depending on how much you go, maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, how much you sew, or if something goes wrong, of course. Now, here's the thing. How do you put this in? There's a little red arrow on my thing. Sometimes there's a white dot or a white arrow, and there's no, oh, there's a tiny red mark here that's almost impossible to see. That's supposed to line up with it. So I kind of slide it in there and get it to sit on that rim that's there in the metal part. And then once that's in there, I can reassemble this. So I'll put this here like that, and then I'll grab my screws and I will finger tight, you know, put them in with my fingers. One of them, and then here's the other one. So the good thing about they roll. It's hard to find them on the floor. That's why I have a long magnetic wand to find pins and things that get. So I kind of have my thumb or finger go around like that to grab that, and then I'll just tighten that with my little winged screwdriver. Like that. And over here. See, it's so hard to hold on to these because of the awkward position. That's why I like to finger tighten it before I tighten it with a screwdriver. There we go. Now once that's done, I can put the cover back on here. And maybe get this little light of fuzz out of there. And then that's all good to go and ready for your next bobbin. Have a great day.